Hey YouTube, Strictly Broken here, doing another Strictly Rants weekly, weekly segment for you guys. Every week, every Saturday, you hear me rant about shit that pisses me off. And now we're in the card store, and I'm not entirely sure if people outside can hear me. But if they can, that'd be really fucking awkward. As you can see from the title, today on Strictly Rants, I just want to really talk about let's really face the facts here. If you're losing, it's because you suck. Let that sink in for a second. I'm not pointing fingers, pew pew pew, like saying that you're all losing, so you must suck. You're all shit. I'm the best. Blah 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 blah. That's not my intention. But it's actually so funny to me because it seems like when you tell people, when they ask you why they lost, on a subconscious level, they even know, they're shit, they suck, and they lost because they could have been better, but they only want to hear stuff like, oh, you got unlucky, oh, a lot of these people play more than you, oh, you're just trying to have fun, it's okay, things to kind of dilute the pain, the reality that you're garbage. And a lot of people, if you know me in person, one characteristic of mine is that I honestly I just actually honestly believe that I'm way too good at this game. like like it's arrogance, but I'm not arrogant about it. I'm not walking into a room telling everyone they're shit, but I definitely from the bottom of my heart believe I'm just really good. And what that kind of means for me is that a lot of people do ask me, yo, what do you think of me? Let me know your top 10 players in our region. How do I stack up against them? Sometimes these people are better than they give themselves credit for, and sometimes these people are really bad and I can't vocalize it to them because I know that guy's not looking for the answer, you're shit. And that if he hears that answer, it's just gonna, first of all, demoralize him, makes him not want to play the game, makes him feel like he's being rejected by a member of the community. I'm a positive guy. I'm not looking to hurt people's feelings. And so I don't tell him you suck. But now that I'm speaking to a general audience, I can be very vocally honest with you. If you're losing, it's sometimes very, very, very apparent that you should just face facts and you're shit at this game. And the thing about that is when you take it as a personal attack, I can understand why that would hurt you, why that would demoralize you, why that would make you just want to throw your deck down. Anything I can throw. Throw your deck down. That's not even a deck.
This is a drawing packet.
Dude, I'm trying to film. Honestly, for me, back when I was coming up in this game a little bit, I think the thing that really reinforced me was whenever I went to locals, a lot of people would, I'm very, while some people are optimistic, I'm very pessimistic. When people told me oh, you're improving, oh, you're getting better, when I first started this game, I took that as, oh, you think I'm fucking garbage. And so I just played, thought about my decks, thought about everything, and to the point where I just understood. I played with a lot of the decks that existed in the game when I started, and to the point where I just became very, very knowledgeable of every set. It's really progressed me. I honestly believe I'm really, really knowledgeable and really good at this stage, and I'm not trying to be arrogant here. It's just I put in a lot of work. I put in more work than probably anyone who I played against at English Worlds. I know it's English. You guys are gonna say, "Oh, English fucking easy. Fuck English. Oh, so easy." But that's the one of the main arguments people make. But that's not the case. And but I can say almost for certain, I probably put in more hours preparing for English Worlds that year than anyone on that table, anyone in that room. I just played so much, way too much, way too fucking much, way short. And it's very inspiring to see people in this year's pool play as much as I did during that season, because that's how you really just know the game inside out, by playing more than you are, spending more time on this game than you are like doing other activities. And like, look, that story, all I'm trying to say with that story is that like, when I heard that I suck from people, even though they didn't even say it to me directly, when you take that like nugget of advice and treat it as a golden nugget and not a nugget of dog shit, you can really use it and improve yourself from that like kind of negative reinforcement, right? I think being told you're garbage is much better than being told you're good. Look at me now. I own a card store. I'm here masturbating. I'm not masturbating here. It's everywhere's windows. I can't masturbate here. But like, I'm just here lazing around. I don't play Weiss as much as I used to. Like, cause I actually think I'm just too good at this game. How am I progressing anymore? Like when you are actually good, you're actually just getting worse. But when you know and feel like you're shit, you'll be playing, you'll be testing, you'll be thinking of decks, thinking of builds, thinking of plays, playing all the fucking time until you actually become the best, and then the natural cycle makes you start to laze around and you become shitty again. I don't think I'm anywhere near as good as I was during 2016 Worlds. I was just on top of the game, you know. Fucking old man, fucking knocked on the glass, tried to look at my anime cardboard. Like, that motherfucker definitely doesn't watch anime. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Dude, that's a...
Fucking ruined my shot, man. Anyways, moving on. I just want to bring, like, 3 pointers of, like, excuses people make that you should watch out for yourself, because you're going to make these excuses. But really, you should just be accepting that you're fucking garbage so that you can be working towards your goal of becoming better. So, well, the first thing is that people say they're losing because they're unlucky. Oh, I'm unluckier than this guy. This guy's at the locals. He's always going 5-0. He's canceling. I never see him not cancel. So, I don't believe in luck. Some people do, and I think if luck exists, there's something that is definitely true about luck, which is that luck is impartial. Because if luck picks and chooses, then that's not luck. That defies the concept of luck. So what that means is basically, if you think a person is luckier than you because he has more of this so-called concept of luck, he should be luckier at winning and losing. Because the concept of luck wouldn't choose that this guy would be lucky on the winning side. He should get luckier winning and luckier losing. So he'll just in general have more crazy outcomes, but they should deviate towards a mean which is the same as you. If luck chooses that a person can only be lucky in the positive side, that's not called luck anymore, that's called privilege. And like, that's what starts stuff like World War II and like bullshit like that, like the KKK. That's when people feel privileged. But those guys don't create their kind of groups through luck. It's just a guy creating these artificial kind of privileges, right? So luck doesn't choose, and so you can't say this guy's luckier than you because he's winning, because he's going to win more and he's going to lose harder. So it's like, it has to balance out, or it's just not called it. The second pointer is like, you hear this, like you hear yourself or you hear other people coming to locals and then saying like, these guys in the room, they're all so serious. I'm just here to have fun. But then at the same time, they're like, oh, why the fuck am I losing? This game is all luck, blah, 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 blah. When you hear a person lose a lot and tell everyone else that they're being so serious and it's really throwing off your mojo, or like, it's just the whole room is so dense and like, you can slice the seriousness in the room with a knife, that's just an excuse. Like, whether you're serious or having fun, it's completely arbitrary, right? Like, you can be like entirely serious but play very well being serious, or you can play extremely well having a lot of fun. I think when I play tournaments, a lot of people get pissed off at me because like, I'm just having a blast, right? Like, I play a lot, I played so much, and like when the tournament finally happens, like when I triple cancel, for example, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like I just because triple canceling is such a good tempo swing that I just like, I'm very animated when I play. If you ever played against me in real life or on Skype or whatever, I'm super animated. I'm not like rude animated. Like, I don't go like, fuck you, you fucking shitter, I fucking triple cancel. I used to. When I first started, I used to do that. But like I am very animated. I get very excited when I rip a card off the top. I make a lot of faces. I like look at the board state, talk about it a little bit with myself. I talk to myself when I play. And it drives people insane sometimes, but like I have a lot of fun when I play, and I play the game well. It's like it's a spectrum, and like whether a person's serious or having fun, like it doesn't change the fact if they're winning or losing. If you say that everyone's being so serious in a room and that this game should be about having fun, and that's what you're using to blame yourself for losing, like that just doesn't make sense. Because like there's people like me who just have a lot of fun, have a blast while playing, and then there's people who enjoy themselves when they're being very serious. Third point, maybe I'm not as what's it called, ranting, but I'm just worried that if I rant too hard, like people outside are gonna think I'm a weirdo and crazy or something. The third point is like, there's always that guy who's like saying that everyone in the room's playing like, and this kind of ties in with being serious, but like, there's always that guy who's like, oh, these guys are playing like 6 times a week. What a bunch of losers, no life weebs, just playing Weiss shorts every day, practicing. What the fuck is that? I don't think that's. Sometimes I think to myself, maybe in 2016 I played too much Weiss. At the same time, in 2016 I had to deal with a lot, so like I just kind of escaped the Weiss, and so it just worked out conveniently that Weiss was just my medium to deal with a lot of like stresses. So I just played a lot of Weiss, but like I don't think it's when you say people are no lives for practicing really hard for tournaments, regionals and stuff, like because they play 6 times a week or they play every day for several hours, like what about you playing your League of Legends every night or Hearthstone every day on the bus from and to school? In fact, what are you being the person who's at school for 6 hours? How are you the person with the life, for example, or working 8 hours a day? Are you now the person with the life because you're working 8 hours a day just because you go drink and party and get hungover the next morning? Or do you have more of a life than someone else? What does it mean to have a life, right? I know this is getting a little bit philosophical, but like, you see where I'm coming here? Like, if me and Kevin, we want to play Weiss shorts 6 times a week, 7 times a week, we're hanging out together, we're talking about our decks, we're preparing for regionals. In fact, I spend every day on this card shop right now. Does it mean I have no life? I'm living my life. In fact, I'm feeling very fulfilled about my life. What does having a life even mean? Does having a life become measured by the amount of friends you have? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's like that, right? Life isn't really about that. Nowhere in the dictionary to say life is measured about the amount of friends you have, or like the amount of times you go hang out with these friends. And if a guy chooses to spend his life training for a regional 6-7 times a week for Weiss shorts, he's just working harder than you. He's the reason why he doesn't suck and you suck because you're losing is because he's getting more exposure to different decks. He's getting more practice with his own deck. He's developing these mentalities and thoughts about the overarching concepts of the game. He's developing his like knowledge of this game, and you're just there once a week playing a Wednesday locals, and you're asking yourself why you suck. People don't get good overnight. People get good, and people get experience, and people get knowledgeable over time by consistent, dedicated practice. And if you're gonna blame your losses on luck, if you're gonna say these guys are trying too hard, like you just look like a complete fool. And I'll call you. I won't like. I think people would call you out for it because you just seem completely ridiculous. If you only play once a week, and a guy's playing 6 times a week, I don't think you should call him a no life. It's just you have no dedication to something that you might like, or maybe you don't even like Weiss shorts. And then I ask the question like, why the fuck are you playing it even? This whole topic, this whole little rant, it boils down to like, you suck because you don't practice enough. You suck because you don't practice. You have less knowledge, less exposure, all these things. But yet you as a person, you would give so many excuses, so many of these, instead of facing the fact that you're shit. And if you want to be good, then put in the time to practice. Stop blaming your losses on luck. Enjoy yourself and stop blaming others and saying it's serious. It's too serious in the room. Just focus on your game. Focus on the game in itself. What's in front of you. and then maybe you'll get better. But I think right now, what's for sure the case is that if you lose a lot of the time, in fact, everyone could always be doing something better when you're playing the game. Even me, people. This game is like so complex to the point that I don't think you can play a game perfectly. There was a guy a long time ago that had a blog where he suggested he can play a perfect game of Ilya. That guy's fucking around, man. That guy's such a fucking show off. You can't play a perfect game in Weiss. Because Weiss is all probability driven. And when you add another person that's driving his gameplay by probability, it's just so hard to optimize it. It's like, you can have a perfect game by chance maybe, but like you can't have a perfect game intending to have a perfect game. So yeah, but how can we get closer to reaching that perfect game? You gotta practice. You gotta just practice, and you gotta not, I would tell you that you suck. I can only tell you right now that you suck because you being you is just a viewer, and I'm speaking to a general audience. But maybe it's time for you to accept the fact that you might suck, so that you can get better, and you can keep getting better, and then you can just create knowledge, create information, and better yourself at this game, and then we'd have such a better community. I'm rambling. I think I rambled a bit on this topic, but if you can pull out the nuggets of information from this, there's something really valuable to get here. To accept the fact that you're shit can really progress the entire community to a better level. We have a bunch of people in this community who think they're way too good. And I think we should all just push ourselves down and think that we're shit for a while. On that note, I'm going to end it off. Every Saturday, once again, strictly Rants. Check it out. Check out our other segments, Christian segment, the other vlogs and stuff that happen throughout the week. As usual, I really appreciate your guys' support. 400 subs is crazy. I honestly didn't think I'd ever reach that. I know it's a small number, but I just thought we'd hit 200 and peak out. So yeah, super appreciative. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Strictly Broken signing off. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.